Carter Gilmore, Mike, what do you have him at on the impact meter?
It's another 7.5. It's a 7.5 for me. Um, it's. I mean, well, let's call it how it is. He wasn't the greatest on the offensive side of the ball. I don't want to call him a liability or anything like that, but let's just say he's not going to produce for us on that
Yeah.
side, except get potential offensive rebounds. So where he made all of his impact and dirty work on the defensive end, I mean, even if he's 6'8", 6'9", like he was guarding the Zach Edey's of the world at times, or
Yeah.
any other 6'10", 7-footer. Like that was his job, especially if Big Steve got in trouble with in foul trouble. That was
Yep.
his job. So
Yeah.
we're going to ask a lot more of him. I mean, it's already been Gardo already brought him up in terms of he's looking forward to seeing some offensive production from him this year and just bringing another year of experience to the table, which at the end of the day, retention is the key for this year's team, I think, and just bringing all that experience back. But no, I don't think he loses any playing time at all because we are going to need him in some capacity. Instead of like a 7-man rotation, I assume it's going to be 8, but I just don't see him, dropping off in terms of minutes because we're going to need him, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And
Yep.
hopefully, if we can get a little bit of offensive production, whether that's even at the free throw line, that's just going to help us even more.
Jake, what do you have for Carter Gilmore?
So Mike had a 7.5 for Nolan Winter. Jake had a 7.5 for Nolan Winter. Mike has a 7.5 for Carter Gilmore. Jake has an 8 for Carter Gilmore. Sorry, we were almost together on this one. But
Damn, it's all good.
Carter Gilmore is going to get a little bit more minutes. He kind of got force-fed to, learn how to play Big Ten basketball. And that's not an easy thing to get force-fed because you're going to get elbowed, beat up, pushed to the ground, and you're going to have to guard 7'3" guys that are players of the year. I mean, it's just what you're going to have to do. Sorry. But Carter Gilmore, man, I just respect him for his heart, his hustle.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the Pat Connaughton on this Badgers team, where like every time I watch a Bucks game, like obviously now I'm tuning in. I want to see Giannis dunk. I want to watch Dame shoot 3-pointers, right? But when Pat Connaughton comes into the game, man, it's just like a different feeling of excitement for me. Because I'm like, is he going to get a bloody nose today? Is he going to get poked in the eye? I don't know what's going to happen to Pat Connaughton, but he's probably going to get beat up. And I feel that way about Carter Gilmore too.
And he'll
he's going
stay
to
in the
give
game.
everything he's got, right?
Right.
So I love Carter Gilmore's effort. That's what I love about him, and I know that's what Guard appreciates too.
Yeah. So I have Carter Gilmore at a 7. You guys brought up his defense and his hustle. I also want to bring up his rebounding off the bench. It might not seem like a big deal to have 3, 4, or 5 rebounds in a game, but that stuff does matter.
Yeah.
And that's impact that can be made. What I will say is he got a lot better from 2021-2022 season to the 2022-2023 season last year. So my thing with Carter Gilmore is, does he have another jump in him?
Yeah.
We talked about it at times last year where Greg Gard said that Carter Gilmore was the most improved player last season. So does Carter Gilmore have another jump in him like that to make that type of impression of his improvement? And like you guys alluded to, the offensive side of the ball is where he'll have the opportunity to showcase that the most.